Hey, it's Mark Homan from Paul's Photo, the lab at Paul's Photo and the Creative Photo Academy. It's another great day to be creative. And I'm photographing tonight. So my son plays these war board game model games, and he builds these little models. They're awesome. And it's a lot of work, and I wanted to photograph them. So I wanted to talk to you about photographing miniatures, because a lot of you do stamps or coins or porcelains or jewelry or things like that. So that's what we're doing tonight. So you notice I've got 3 of them on here. It's just on a wooden cutting board sitting on a box on the counter. Why here? Because I have the beautiful natural light coming in, and I wanted to get them to a height where the background looked good. Now come around and take a look over here, Cheryl. Right, look at that. Now look what happens when I stand here. Right, I'm blocking the light. So there's the natural light that we want. And you notice that the main one in the foreground is in focus. The other ones are out of focus. That's because we're using a macro lens. So I've got the new 105mm macro lens on the Nikon Z7. You can see I'm aperture priority ISO 400 f11. My exposure is going to be 1/4 of a second. I have the image stabilizer or vibration reduction off. And you can see I have the ProMaster Dovetail macro rail to be able to get the camera closer than the tripod would allow. So what am I going to do here? I'm at f11, so I have a moderate depth of field, so I'm going to focus right here on the foreground subject. And you can see what a beautiful image that looks like with the three subjects, 2 of them out of focus. Now, if I want all 3 of them in focus, there's no way to do that as a standard picture. So what I would have to do is a focus stack. So I'd actually make 3 or 6 or 9 pictures, which each of them in focus, and then sandwich it together. Now, what happens if I just want one portrait of one of the figures? That's simple. Because I've got the macro rail, I just flip from landscape to portrait. That's simple. I'm going to move the other 2 figures out of the way and keep the queen here in the foreground. I assume she's a queen. She looks like it, right? So now I'm just going to turn on her. And because I've got the macro rail, I can push in. Look at how easy that is. I'm going to focus right on her face there. I can actually go a little closer right there. Now I've got to go down just a little bit. And I'm going to do a new feature on the Z7. That's take away all of the information. So all I see is the image. That's so cool. I'm going to put the focus dot right on her face there. And I'm going to focus right there. Shoot. So look at that. Right? Isn't that beautiful? It's an awesome image. I love the out of focus background. So you can see the cutting board blends right into the background. Pull the camera up, Cheryl. See how I set this up right here? Because the cutting board blends right into that goldenrod color we have here in the living room. And I just love the look and feel of this. It's beautiful, it's great, and it's going to be a wonderful picture. So that's what we're doing today, is we're having fun using the new technology of the macro lens, which, by the way, I love. And if you guys don't have a 100 or a 105 or a 90mm macro lens in your bag, you need to add that. But look at the capability it gives us to make these beautiful close-ups. Mark Homan from Paul's Photo, the lab at Paul's Photo and the Creative Photo Academy. Let's have a great day, let's be creative, and share our pictures.